I'm with Maureen Lakeman, who's trying to start a political party in Jersey. What on earth put that idea into your head?
I'm quite political myself, and I thought, since Jersey makes it quite hard to inspire the youth of politics, that I would do it myself and maybe get together a group, because there's surely not just me in Jersey that wants to get involved in politics.
Presumably you were voted at the last election?
I did.
Most recently? First time ever?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about that process of election?
I found it quite confusing at first. It's hard to know who to choose, because I don't really want to say this, but a lot of the candidates are similar to each other, and it's hard to find those which you agree with the most.
Your family has some political pedigree. It's not an unknown thing for politics in your family. Do you think that's important in Jersey, to have a political pedigree?
Well, I'm actually not originally. It's only by marriage, so I actually found I liked politics before I got involved with that family, but I don't think that's very important. I think you should just get involved in politics if you're interested.
A lot of insular views, like if you're not of a parish, for example, rise in Jersey, that you shouldn't stand in that parish. What do you think of things like that?
I don't really understand them, because I think the political system in Jersey is very confusing, and that's what stops a lot of people getting interested in it, and that's one of the things that stops them.
At school, places of education, do you think there's any awareness of political issues?
There's a niche group of people that are interested in politics, but they put that upon themselves to learn about it. It's not taught in schools, it's not talked about, it's a bit of a no-go area. You have to be quite careful about what you say.
The initial announcements for this grouping that you're trying to establish isn't just about youngsters, it's about all ages as a proper political party. The suggestion is an alliance with the Lib Dems in Britain. Do you think that's a likely outcome?
The idea is still floating around. It was just the easiest way to get a group together was with the Lib Dems. Their values corresponded to mine as well. And although we might not, in the end, we might not stick with the Lib Dems, I think it's a good start for us to be on.
Obviously others have tried to start political parties in Jersey. They've never been very successful. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just the way Jersey is run. It's just very hard to get people involved in political sort of matters.
The curious thing, you can get an event like Line in the Sand, and you can get thousands of people to go out on a wet and windy day out to St. Wan's and stand on the beach for single issue matters. But for coordinated political campaigning, it becomes a bit more difficult. Got any ideas why that might be?
I think that you get a lot more sort of publicity with the single issue ones, and they seem to be more out of the box, with sort of lying on the sand. It seems to be outside and not sort of going in asking questions about politics, even though that is what politics is. It just makes it a bit more exciting, I think.
Do you think perhaps, like you chose the Lib Dems, you didn't say to go align with one of the more left or right parties in the UK? Do you think it's because there's a middle-of-the-road approach to things? People are a little bit afraid to express a strong view one way or the other?
I think so, yes, because I think just their views as well, that's what we should be focusing on, such as equality, and just trying to get Jersey law up to speed with the UK and make it fairer.
Of course, on equality issues, the UK has very strong Disability Discrimination Act, laws, all sorts of human rights and equality commission, all sorts of bodies, organisations there. These things don't generally exist in Jersey. There's no legislation on anti-discrimination issues in Jersey. Are those the sort of key issues you think that your group, party, if it gets going, would look at?
I think that's one of the key issues we would look at, yes.
There is, of course, an existing Jersey Human Rights Group, which came up in the discussions this evening. It's already there, up and running. Do you not think it would be better to join that than start another party? I
think we need a few more meetings to discuss what other topics we're going to maybe focus on. But I think if we work together, I think it would be a lot more helpful than just going to one, maybe.
The economy was also discussed, obviously, within many issues were discussed tonight, but if one is critical of the finance industry in Jersey, that tends to create a hostile response in some. Would that worry you if you have that sort of response?
Well, I don't think we can help it really, because that's the way Jersey, if you don't like the finance industry, you're shot down. But I think we need to address these problems, because there's no other way that we can change politics in Jersey.
We're sitting in a very fine modern school, which the proposers, the supporters of finance will say, well, this is a benefit of having a finance industry. It's a very difficult argument, isn't it, to refute, to say, well, yes, we do benefit from finance, don't we?
We do, but I don't think we should have as much focus on the finance industry, because when young people want to maybe get a job, it's always in finance. Maybe if we have more diversity in the way of jobs in Jersey, that will also help the economy.
Younger people, obviously everybody says we want to involve younger people in politics. What are the main issues for younger people, do you reckon?
Politics isn't taught in schools, and the government don't want young people to have that kind of knowledge to then use against them, I think. And the whole system in which the state works is very confusing. And all that together, that just people end up not caring about politics in Jersey.
What happens to you when you finish qualify at school? Where do you plan to go?
I plan to go to university.
So would you imagine in your wildest dreams a political career? Is that something that vaguely in the back of your mind you're thinking?
Perhaps, but I'm still quite open to everything.
Your next meeting for this group, or this embryo group, when is that going to take place?
That'll take in January, I think, around the middle of January.
And as many people as possible, all ages, all welcome?
Yes, definitely.
Presumably it'll be at the same holier school if you're allowed to have it here.
Yes, so 6 o'clock.
Okay, we shall come and meet you again and see what's happened in the meantime.
Thank you.
Thank you.